Yes.
So can you?
I developed ethics in the field. A few of us were working on that at the time. There were several people in the church that were working on ethics in the field because ethics in the orgs was so scary, and it was uncomfortable, and it was out of ARC, and there were some, I can't put everybody, there were some people in HCO who knew how to use the ARC triangle and had some tech training, which of course was policy. Every ethics officer was supposed to be a trained auditor, but that policy was hardly ever enforced. So you had out comm cycles, out TRs, out no ARC, poor control, military style control because they were in the Sea Org. It was just all snarled up. So the ethics conditions didn't have the benefit that they actually intrinsically contain because of all this added inapplicable stuff that was going on around the way it was being applied. And it was being applied third dynamically in a way that was very sort of suppressive. I mean, auditors were put in dungeons and fed on bread and water at the AO. And I could tell you some terrible stories, but I think I'll keep the tone level above 2 here. But anyway, I decided, along with some friends, that doing ethics should be a comfortable and good adventure for the person. It should be something that they could learn from and grow from, not something that would make them cringe, and give them true indications, find out their real condition, help them confront the condition, and be on their side. Work with them. So it's you and me working together to get your ethics in so that you can have a life that you want, that's beneficial and that's expansive. And instead of, your ethics are out, you have to do a low condition. I mean, that kind of thing wasn't working. So I worked and worked more and more with my friends, and we together pooled our resources and abilities, and we worked out very in-depth applications of treason, enemy, doubt, these very low conditions that sounded so uncomfortable to acknowledge that you might have something to do with that. And we made it okay. We made it safe. And then the more I did it, I continued. Some of my friends stopped doing that. Some of them continued. But the more I worked with it, the more success I had. And then I learned from the people I worked with how these conditions applied in more and more ways. And I used all my technical training to make the conditions and the formulas work even better. And everything I learned from L. Ron Hubbard, and I poured it into these applications of ethics. And it just went out the roof, and my phone wouldn't stop ringing, and people wanted it. They wanted it. They wanted it. So I decided, well, what I need to do is train some people on how to do this.